Hi FlossTube, it's Rebecca here, Stitching Becca. Welcome to my channel. An extra welcome if you're new. It's a perfect time to kind of see what I like to stitch on and to get a look at all my WIPs. This video is, I have 2022 wrap up. I have my finishes beside me. I have all my WIPs that I will bring in 2023 and I have some plans for next year. So let's get started. I started 2022 with 18 WIPs and during the year I had, let's see here, I have some notes. I had 8 new starts and 7 finishes. So I'm bringing in 20 WIPs into 2023. I'm going to start by showing the finishes I had during the year. So the first one was Mary Mouse. This is a free pattern from Brooks Books. It's the advent calendar. Very cute. Then I was very excited to finish this soda stitch design called My Lover by My Side. This one had been a WIP for quite some time, so it was really nice to have this one finished. Then I did this one, We Sing with You from Fiddlesticks, and this was a stitch for Ukraine. Here is another one from Brooks Advent Animals, and this one is called Duncan Dog. Then I had kind of in the beginning of this year, I went through my stash, and I have a lot of smaller patterns that I was feeling that I wanted to start stitching them and finishing them, and get some progress on them. So I started and finished this one, and it's called, just 1 minute, I can pause. So this one is called My Heart is Fed, and it's by Silver Creek Samplers. Absolutely loved stitching this one, and this is, I just picked the colors that I had in my stash, and I just love how this turned out. I'm just gonna need a frame for it. Okay, so this was one of the smaller ones that I started and finished, and here is the next one, and it's called, now I'm kind of grateful because I have my cross stitch diary that I started this year, so it's kind of, it's easy to just looking at it and see all the details. This one is called Wonderful Time of Year by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it looks like this. Love this one too. I picked the colors for this one too from my stash. Yeah, absolutely lovely. And then my last finish, and I am so excited about this one. I'm absolutely thrilled that to have this one finished, and it is Christmas Stories by Dimensions Gold Petites. Look at this! I'm so excited. I love this one. See if I can give you a close-up. I absolutely adore this design. This had been on my wish list for years. It was out of print and very hard to find. I think they reprinted it for the Russian market, but I asked in one of the Facebook groups, and there was another one here in Sweden that had this one and sold it to me. And I'm so happy to have this one finished. This one I will have go and get framed. Yeah, so excited to have this one done. And that was all of my finishes. Very happy with the result. I had months that I didn't stitch at all. And I'm happy to have some of the old WIPs, like the soda stitch one, finished and crossed off my WIP list. And I'm very happy to have some new ones started and finished as well. Okay. I participated in WIP Go last year, and I have participated in a couple of years. I'm not actually in the active WIP Go group, but I'm doing it kind of for myself. So I decided that I would do the same thing this year. Next year. This year I put in all my WIPs in my WIP Go board, and kind of as usual, the first half of the year I was very productive and I got a lot done, and then I didn't. But the projects that are drawn in WIP Go in the beginning of the year, I wouldn't have worked on if it wasn't for my WIP Go board. So I decided to do the same thing this year, and we will see how it turns out. So I'm doing it like this. This is my calendar, and I drew up all the month and the numbers that are drawn for January, and here are my WIP Go board. I have 20 WIPs, so I had 5 spots empty, and I decided to go through my WIPs and kind of see which one I would put in for a second time that I wanted more progress in. And I'm going to mention them when I go through my WIPs. Okay, so I think I'm ready for the WIP parade. I have my active WIPs up here on the table in the frames. Then I have 2 bags beside me, and I'm just gonna grab them. So they are in no particular order. Yeah, before we do that, I forgot something. This cross-stitch diary was a new thing for me this year, and so far I loved it. I'm so happy that I decided to try this out, and for this year and 5 years forward, I've got this monthly calendar or monthly planner. I have started, it looks like this inside. I have started here decorating a bit, and I have written down the 2 projects that was drawn for January, and then I also will write down the other projects that I'm working on in January, so I have a nice overview. And yeah, I hope this will turn out well. my thought is to also put in pictures of the finished pieces, and this being a 5-year monthly planner, I hope it will not be too bulky, but we will just see how it turns out. And this is, if this is something that you want to try out, this is a very inexpensive way of testing if this is something for you. Yeah, I bought this off Amazon, by the way. Okay, now I'm ready for my WIP parade. So the first WIP in the pile here is Native American Maiden, and it's by Joan Elliott. It will look like this when finished. Wait. Oh, I had to sneeze. I'm sorry. And this one, I will have a finish of this one soon. I don't have much left. This is what I am at now. What's left is that I'm going to stitch a deer here and her hand, and then continue on the back stitch. The background is all completed. She has some cranic and beads in her hair and on her clothes, and I'm really looking forward to continue stitching on this one, and very excited for this to be a finish for next year. The next one that I'm actually working on right now today is Link Silhouette by Shoko Coco Stitch. It's an Etsy store, and this one is for my son. Let's see. And this is how far I've gotten on this one. So today I have stitched the darker trees here, so I'm working my way down here. Love the colors in this one, very easy to read chart. Yeah, I'm hoping for this one to also be a finish for this year. I will really try. And that Link Silhouette has 2 spots on my WIP board. Okay, the next one, it's an old WIP, and it's called Counting Sampler by Doreen Jones. I think I started this when my daughter was 2. Now she's 6. Time flies. The reason why this is taking some time is because the fabric. I don't like stitching on this one at all because of all the it's a lot of fractional stitches in this one. So this is how far I got. And this one was drawn on my WIP board for January, so I will start this next week. And yes, I forgot to say, this year I had 5 days on each WIP that was called. This year I only have 3. Next year I only have 3 days, with the option to, of course, if I enjoy stitching on it, I can stitch as long as I feel like it, but minimum 3 days. It's very cute. I'm stitching this on some unknown sparkly fabric. Very pretty, happy colors. Okay, so that's that one. The next one, it's an Heaven and Earth Designs that my daughter has chosen. It will look like this when finished. It's called Quick Stitch Rainbow Mermaid. And this is how far I've gotten. I absolutely love the Heaven and Earth designs, but I have noticed with myself that they are so huge. So I'm having a hard time focusing on them because it's a lot of stitching to finish one page. I love the outcome, but yeah. And then I have my Advent animals. I am counting all of them kind of as an active WIP. So I showed you the two other finishes, and here we have Katie Kitty and Peter Polar Bear. I'm planning to stitch 24 of them because in Sweden we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. So I have yet to decide which one I won't stitch. And because I know that I will stitch all 24 of them, I'm kind of thinking that I consider them like one WIP. But I'm also counting each one as separate finish. So yeah. Okay, so I had a new start. Do you know that some kits and charts are out of print and they are really hard to get by? This one, it's Lost No More by Dimensions Gold collection. The first time I saw this was on Nell's Little Yellow House Crafts first floss tube video many years ago. But since it's out of print, it was very expensive on eBay, and I won't pay that kind of money. And then a couple of months ago it showed up in a Swedish selling site, so I grabbed it up and I started it. This is how far I come. So this is, I have stitched this and a part of his clothing. It's a lot of blended threads in this design, but the colors are beautiful. So I'm very excited. This has also gotten an extra spot on my WIP Go board. Okay, so now I'm going to dig into my bags. So let's see. Here is a Dimensions Gold collection called Sweet Dreams Stockings. Sweet Dreams Stocking. I started this a couple of years ago, and then I made a mistake and I need to frog. It's not much, but enough to kill my stitchy bug for this one. I need to frog this part here. So not much, but yeah. I really need to start stitching on this one again. I'm pretty sure I said that in last year's WIP read as well. Okay, then we have another gold collection called Japanese Maiden. And this is how far I got. I really love this one. Yeah. I think my plan is to start working down here to get to the other side and finishing her robe. Okay, so here we also have a new start. I started Sabrina this summer by Mirabilia, and to my disappointment, I didn't feel like stitching on her at all, so I have a really tiny start. I'm hoping that the next time I bring her out, I will feel different. This is how far I've got. This is the waist. So yeah. Here we have an RTO kit called the Evening City. Looks like this. Absolutely love this one. And this is how far I've got. I think this was a Mania start. But I really need to start focusing on this one again. Also, it feels like I'm saying that about all my WIPs. I guess that's a positive thing. Here we have another Heaven and Earth Designs called Hope by Melanie Delon. She looks like this. And this is how far I've got. Absolutely love this one. Look at her eye. I really need to start stitching on her again so she can have both of her eyes. It would be nice to have the second page finished this year. Okay, so the last one in the first bag, and this is Teresa Wenzler called Tapestry Cat. I have this is how it looks, and this is half of the top border, or part of the top border. Stunning piece. When I was a kid, my friend, my childhood friend, her mom was stitching this one. She stitched it twice, once for her mother and once for herself. And ever since I saw her stitching this one, I think it was like about 10, I have wanted to stitch it. So it's kind of sad that I don't think I have stitched on this since I started it. I really need to focus on getting some stitching in on all my WIPs to have some progress each year. I'm just going to pause a bit and put down all the bags again, and we will go through the second one. So I remember that I forgot one WIP downstairs. So, okay, my next one is from a Swedish company called Atelier Margareta. This is also, I don't think I've stitched on this since I started it. This is how far I've got. I got down to the kitten down here. Okay. My next one is Less More series from Lizzie Kate, and I have finished 2 of these charts, so I have 2 left. So I'm hoping to have this one finished this year as well. I will try at least. This is how far I've got. Fear less, hope more. Wine less, breathe more. So halfway through. Okay, so the next one. This was my New Year, new start for this year. And it's by Lavender and Lace, and it's called Celtic Christmas. And this is how far I've got. I really love the folds in her dress. Okay. Okay, here are my oldest WIP. This one is started in 2017, and it's an Heaven and Earth designed, and it's called Mini Sweet Shop. And this is how far I've gotten. I started this before Pattern Keeper. So when I transferred it to Pattern Keeper and started filling in all the stitches that I have done, I noticed some mistakes, or some stitches that I had filled in that was already stitched, or that was stitched with the wrong color. I don't know. I just kind of will fill in the stitches that left in the first page. I have started with the second one, so I really like the colors in this one. It looks really good on camera, in real life too, but yeah. Pattern Keeper really are so helpful with these designs. Okay, so here we have another project that's, oh, I forgot, the Lizzie Kate one that I showed you. That one got an extra spot on the WIP Go board as well. And here we have Mermaids of the Deep by Mirabilia. And this one also got 2 spots on the WIP Go board. This one is gorgeous. I just love this one. Very sparkly. I love the fabric I chosen for it. And I can't wait to stitch more on this one. Beautiful design. I'm hoping for a finish on this one for this year. And then we have a lavender and lace. This is called Nantucket Rose. Oh, the glare. Here we go. If I don't remember incorrectly, this was also a WIP Mania start. This was very confetti heavy, but it turns out really pretty. You can see the outlining of the house here. Here are her dress and her sleeve. So, gorgeous design. Okay. The next one. Last fall, I joined Shannon Christine's Halloween Ornament Club. And my intention was to that I should have stitched on this one this fall, but my stitchy bar kind of flew away, so it didn't happen. But I have 2 ornaments finished. This one is missing the beads. Very fun colors. Very pretty, very sweet designs. So I'm hoping to get some more ornaments in this year. So let's see, we are down to my last WIP. And this is a Brooks book stitch along called The Little Mermaid Cell. And I have started on King Triton. I have this one, it's huge as you can see. And I had this one folded, but I noticed some marks in the fabric. So I've got this idea from the Stitching Mummy. She stores her pieces in these paper tubes. Kind of perfect. And I love this design. Very sparkly, gorgeous. It looks like this. I don't know if the sparkle shows up on camera, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I also have the Alice in Wonderland series by Brooks Books. I love her design. She has a way of designing and using colors that makes the design so unbelievable gorgeous. This one I have to stitch in hand because it's so large and the fabric is very stiff. I'm stitching it on the called for Witchelt fabric, but it's okay. You get used to it when you stitch in hand for a while. That's how I started learning to stitch. Yeah. Anyway, that was all of my WIPs that I'm bringing in to 2023. And yeah, it's New Year's Eve tomorrow. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who subscribes and following, subscribing and commenting on my channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope that you all will have a happy new year. So until I see you next time, I hope at the end of January that I will have a lot to show you by then. So happy new year everyone, and thank you for this year. Take care everyone. Bye.